Hey there, this is Joel. I have got a new rig set up here that I'm testing out, that I'm possibly going to do some live streaming on at some stage. I've got new strings on the guitar. I haven't even cut the bits off the end yet. I was asked to show some tabs for a piece that I played recently, The Ecstasy of Gold. So I thought, well, let's go through it and have a bit of a look using this fantastic piece of software here called OBS Project, which the gamers and that seem to use for their streaming, and so I was just going to give it a crack, having a go at using it to go through this Ecstasy of Gold. So let's have a look at it. So we've got go from A minor to C to a D, and then we go from an A minor to a G back to a C. And this sort of repeats through the whole thing. It's a piece where we're building tension as we go. So we start nice and slow. And one of the good things about this piece is that we can go through it without worrying about tempo. We make our own tempo as we feel the emotion and we get the feeling for it. So it'll start off with sort of nice and slow. Get a little roll on your fingers, sort of a. Mix the speed up as you want. You can as you go through, it gets faster, but even between bars you can change the speed. To the C, and we put the D on with our fourth finger there. On and off, and then up to that G. Let's just scroll that down for you a little bit. You want to keep that to, in this just finger picking part of it, there's the theme is, but underneath you want that that sort of sound to keep going, that constant picking sort of sound. So in this bit there, in measure 7, and then back to our, and then we've got D with the E on top. Basically an F. So I'm putting my thumb up here on the bass. I do that quite a lot for the 6th string. Sometimes on the 5th string, not very much. So, and then in the actual song, there's like a bell that tolls. So I just got a natural harmonic on the 12th, and then back to the start. When you hit that, don't accidentally mute it as you put your fingers down. Get that nice clean and then still ringing while you start again. And this time we're going to go down to the G. Now I've gone my second finger here on the G, and my first finger up there on an A. So and now this gets a bit tricky. So we're going to do I'm going to swap my first finger onto the G to keep the G note, and then I'm going to big stretch with my 4th finger up to the what's that, a B, up on the 7th there, and then down to the G. So I'm going to swap back to 2nd finger on the G and my first finger back on the A to just do. And then we finish off with the C. Suspended 4th, and then E. looking at that, we've got the so let's just review that. So coming in from measure 13 there. Nice. So now we work through that, play it a few times, alternating between the down to the C, then to the G, building pace, building tempo. Have a look at the video that I did for it to sort of, if you're wanting to get some ideas and how to mix it up. And then we get into there's a bit of a bridge part here. So let's just get that up. So it coming out of your D, instead of going back down to the, we're going to go, and then so we're coming in at what's that, measure 25 there. So again, F down the bottom there, and then drop your fingers off and just go and grab that A at the top. This is another big stretch. It's doable. You're still holding on. I'm right at the top here, as far into that, you know, heading towards the F sharp as I can, while still grabbing the A on top. But it's a little bit dull. It'd be better further back there, but I can just make that. And then we're going down to a G. So there's your G. And then we're going to go to a E. So normally here's your D here. So if we go up to an E, it'll be, we'll actually play it with bar on the fourth there, and then an A. Really roll those chord fragments. A bit of rubato on that. So that's going to take a little bit of practice for you, but you'll get there. Now it turns a little bit rockier. We've built up tension, and now we're really breaking out. So we're going to go a sort of a strumming pattern. It's the same A down to the C and then A to the G, but we're going to sort of partially strum flick percussive style. So very simply, you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But on any of those notes, you can pick a melody. So if you want to pick a melody on beat 1, you're just playing the note with the melody note with your bass, and then on beats 2 and 4, we can just pick whatever notes we need. And then if we need a melody note on that beat 3, that we just make sure that we flick that note and give it that percussive feel. So putting that together. You can, instead of having the bass note only on beat 1, so chuck in on beat 4 as well, rather than picking beat 4. So what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, bit there is going to be a bit tricky for you. Just see what you can do with it. And then finally, we head into a little outro, which has that same. And then we go up to a D. Put an A on top. And that's an F. Play it like that. I'll flatten my pinky out. It's a bit brutal, but only hurts if you do it too much. So. The second time round, we're going to, from there, we're going to just go back to an A. This is close to the end. So Ecstasy in Gold and testing out my new rig. Let me know if there's anything that you feel that I could change with that, and I look forward to seeing you sometime in a live stream.